these problems, you're often given a little hint. So first of all, we want to be able to recognize this type of problem. So we're given two brackets are the same as one bracket. And we can see that's true because if we add the powers, 4 and 9, we've got our 13. Then we look, the second part, what asked us to show, has this really simple 13C4, which matches with the 13. And then all of this complicated stuff. Okay, 4C0, 9C4, 4C1 times 9C3. So we notice that the powers in this case match with the powers in the left-hand side up there, 4 and 9, 4 and 9, 4 and 9. And if we look at the R's, 0 and 4, they add to make 4. They add to make 4. They add to make 4, etc., etc., which happens to be this number here on the right-hand side. So there's a lot of things that add to make 13 and a lot of things that add to make 4. Okay, so where do we start? If we consider, I'm going to start with the simple side, 1 plus x to the power of 13. How would I get 13C4 out of that? Well, I would be looking at the term involving x to the power of 4. That's how I'd get 13C4. Okay, I know that's poor wording there. I'll put an ant. So what term would be x to the 4? It would be 13C4, 1x to the 4, 1 to the 9. Okay, so we would have, just go equals 13C4, x to the 4. Now you're thinking I just pulled that out of the air. Well, it all came because of this 4 here in that side. Now I'm going to consider the other side, which is more complicated, so the fun's not over yet. And again, I'm going to consider the term or the ways I can get x to the 4. So we're going to have to set this out quite well because it is a show. So first of all, if I consider 1 plus x to the 4, that would be 1 plus 4C1. Actually, I am going to go back and I'm going to write 4C0. X to the 0. Can you think why I might have done that? Because when I look here, it has a 4C0 in it. So I need that as well. Then I have a 4C1 with x to the 1. That one. Then I have a 4C2 x squared, 4C3 x cubed, and 4C4 x to the 4. Now I've run out of room there, but I'm just going to change colours so you know exactly what I'm doing. And I'm now going to look at 1 plus x to the 9. And if I had room, obviously I'd write it on this line, but I'm going to have to write it underneath, okay? So now if I expand that one, I would go 9C0, okay? Oh, there's a 9C0 there. And 9C1, x to the 1. Oh, look at that. 9C2, x squared, 9C3, x cubed, C2, 9C3, 9C4, x to the 4. And obviously that would continue all the way up to 9C9, x to the 9. And there's a reason I've only written those terms up to 4 and went dot, dot, dot. 1, to save time. 2, if I look at the question, we're only considering those terms in the question. So perhaps that's a key that I don't need to go further. And the third thing is I'm looking at terms that make x to the 4. Okay, so the term x to the 4, I'm not going to write equals. So the term x to the 4, how would I get that from those two brackets? So first of all, I could do a constant times an x to the 4. So that would be 4c0 times 9c4 x to the 4. I could also do x times x cubed. That would give me an x to the 4. So I could do 4c1 times 9c3, and obviously x times x cubed makes x4. So I'm going to save a little bit of time there. All right, how else could I go? Well, I could do my x squared times my x squared plus 4c2 times 9c2 x to the 4. And I could, what else? I could do my x cubed with an x. I'm going to put that under here. I know, terrible. 4c3 times 9c1 x to the 4. And there's one last way I can make x to the 4. Have I got enough colours? Ooh, that one. Okay, I could do 4c4 x to the 4 times a constant. So they're all the ways I could multiply out 4c4 times 9c0 x to the 4. So therefore, the coefficient is, here we go, let's go back and look at the question and make sure we've got the same format. So 4c0 times 9c4, let's go back up there. Oh, there we go. So those plus those plus that plus that and that. So that would be the coefficient of x to the 4 on the left-hand side. And if I go back here, the coefficient, therefore, coefficient on the right-hand side is 13c4. Now, in order for those to be equal, their coefficients must be equal. So if I equate or I make the coefficients equal on both sides, I will have exactly what I needed. 4c0, 9c4, 4c1, 9c3, can't read my writing, 4c2, 9c2, writing that whole expression out again, exactly how it appears in the proof, so I don't have to write it a third time. And that should equal the other coefficient, which was up there circled, 13c4. Now I could go and type all that into my calculator. I'll get a number, type that into my calculator. I should get the same number. Now they are a bit tricky, but they're not uncommon, so I definitely practiced lots of those ones.